Good morning, students. Today we are going to see Standard 6th Geography, Chapter number 6, Importance of Oceans. In the previous standard, we have studied the lithosphere and hydrosphere of the Earth. In EV's one part, the proportion of land and water on Earth and also the major oceans. Note the area of each ocean given in the following table. Here, they had given ocean and area in square kilometer. First one, Pacific Ocean, Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern Arctic. Area in square kilometers, we are going to see one by one. Pacific, 166 million 240 lakhs 977. Atlantic in area wise square kilometer, 86 million 557 lakhs 402. Indian, 73 million 426 lakhs 163. Southern, 20 million 3 lakh 27,000. Arctic, 13 million 224 lakhs 479. This is area in square kilometers. On the earth. This covers all the ocean, seas, rivers and their tributaries, lakes, reservoirs and also groundwater. Of the total global waters, 97.7% is contained in ocean. Here, the hydrosphere, the level of water on the earth that they had given. The total global water is in ocean, it contained 97.7% by contributing all the seas, rivers and their tributaries, lakes, reservoirs and groundwater. Do you know? We always see the living world around us. There is considerable diversity in the living world on land. The living world in the hydrosphere is many times greater than the living world on land, and it has a much greater diversity. See figure 6.1. The below picture will show you that what we or how many living things are in the hydrosphere. So, here you can see the different types of fishes are shown. Also, different aquatic plants, starfish, jellyfish, octopus and many different fishes are shown in the given picture. One activity they had given here, you have to do this activity at your home. Activity is as follows. Use the following ingredient: 1 bowl of rice flakes, that is pohe, 1 teaspoon oil, 1 tomato and a small onion. Decide chili powder to taste. Mix all the ingredients well. Give the mixture to all your friends and ask them to taste it. Now, add some salt to the mixture and taste it again. What difference do you notice in the dish you tasted earlier and later? As everything you had put in on first dish, but it was not tasty because the salt makes the dish tasty. So in pohe, if there is no salt, the pohe will not tasty. What do you think made the dish really tasty? Here, salt had made the dish really tasty. What For what other purpose do you use the last ingredient at home? As salt is our basic need. So in all items except of the sweet dishes, we add the salt in all the dishes. Discuss the source of this ingredient. How we get the salt? We get the salt from the seas and from the ocean water. As by the process of evaporation, we will collect the salt. Next activity they had given, do it yourself. Take some water in a steel dish. Figure 6.2. It is better if the water is from a bore well. Keep the water in direct sunlight. Do not remove the dish until all the water gets evaporated. Observe the dish after the water has evaporated completely. What do you see? Taste the substance in the dish. So what will happen? So this type of activity you have to perform. You have to take one dish and in that you have to put some borewell water. So what will you observe from it? The water flowing through the rivers and seas and the groundwater, the taste of all the waters will be different. And when the dish will be evaporated, when the water from the will taste like a salt. Let's check whether our answer is correct or not. Here explanation is given. You must have noticed that after the water evaporated completely, a whitish layer is left in the dish. If you test it, you will find that it is salty. You will realize that these are the salts in the water. In drinking water, the proportion of salt is quite low. Water from oceans and seas has a greater amount of salt. Hence, it tastes to the rivers go in the end. The answer for this question can be the water flowing through the rivers goes in seas or oceans in the end. Are there volcanic eruptions in the seas? Yes, there are volcanic eruptions in the seas. Here in figure, you can see the volcanic eruption under the ocean. 6.3 figure volcano under the ocean. Here explanation again they had given about our content, about the think a little. There is abundant aquatic life in the oceans, from the microscopic planktons of huge whales. Different types of living things are found in the ocean. Once they die, their remains accumulate in ocean. Here, as many things are from a microscopic organism to as like a living thing like whales can be seen in the ocean, means the diversity in the ocean is large. So once they die in the ocean, the remains accumulate or they dissolve in the oceans only. No one removes the dead bodies from the ocean, so it can be accumulated in the ocean. All rivers flowing from mountains or hilly areas finally meet the oceans. Sediments from the eroded lands, trees, and bushes flowing with the water, dead remains, etc., enter the ocean with this river water. Ocean. and different sediments which are brought by the rivers, like eroded lands, trees, bushes. This get with the flowing of the water, the dead remains also get flowed and it get mixed in the ocean water. In both the above process, the dead remains decompose, realizing various minerals and salts in the ocean water. So, in the ocean water, there are many different minerals, and due to which the salt in the ocean water is important and an important ingredient of our life. Volcanic eruptions occur on land. Similar volcanic eruptions take place in the ocean as well. Yes, as on land, the volcanic eruption take place like this only. In oceans also, the volcanic eruptions take place. See figure 6.3, which is given on page number 32. Just we had seen. During volcanic eruption, different minerals, ashes, salts, and gases are added to the water. This increases the level of salt and minerals in ocean water. So, as the from the volcanic eruptions, the different minerals and ashes which are get dissolved in the water, it helps to increase the level of salts and minerals in ocean water. Due to continuous evaporation, due to continuous evaporation of oceanic waters, the proportion of salt increases. All these things make the ocean water salty. So, all these minerals make the water, it has different places, the salinity of the water is different. Each ocean water will be or will have a different type of salinity. Salinity is expressed in terms of mils, that is particles per thousand. The average salinity of oceanic water is 35 miles, that is, the Dead Sea is known to have the maximum salinity. Its salinity is 332 miles. We obtain salt from the salty waters. Salt as a substance is obtained by constructing salt pans in the coastal areas. So, salt, we can collect the salt from the salty water. From soft water, we cannot collect the salt because the proportion of the salt in good water is, or in that water is less. So, where we will get the salt? From the ocean water or from the seas water. So, the salt pans are constructed on the seas or beside the oceans. See figure 6.4. Salt is an item in our diet. Many minerals like phosphate, sulfates, iodine, etc. are also obtained from the sea. We depend on ocean to some extent for minerals. So below on this page only, on page number 33, we will be able to see the salt pans. Before we will see the picture, we will see use your brain power. Where did all this water on the earth come from? Yes. From where? From the evaporation process, different droplets are formed in the clouds, and again when the clouds are formed, due to evaporation the condensation process is taken place, and due to condensation, when the clouds burst out, the rainfall takes place and the water again comes to earth. Here they had given the picture of salt pans. You can see the salt collection is done in this pans. 6.4 salt pans. Can you tell? See figure 6.5 and answer the following questions. What items are included in our diet? Yes. What items we eat in our diet? we take different types of foods as like rice, chapati, thalipit, paratha, idli, vada, fish, chicken, mutton, and many different things. Which items amongst those shows come under the non-vegetarian food? Here some pictures are shown. From this you have to find out the food items which comes under the non-vegetarian food. So under the non-vegetarian food, the items like fish, chicken, mutton, amongst those show come under the non-vegetarian food. Which of these are prepared from aquatic creature? So fish items are prepared from aquatic creature. Let's see the explanation. And seas. The proportion of fish in seas is much greater than of those in rivers and lakes. Catching marine animals is a large scale activity the world over. It is one of the ancient occupation of human beings. As what from ancients to ancients, as from the old stone age and from the middle stone age and from the new stone age, we are doing the fishing activity, as it is worldwide. In all over the part of the world, the fishing activity is carried. Though food is the major purpose of this activity, marine animals are also used for the production of fertilizers, pharmaceuticals, and also in research. So as what, to create the fertilizers or to create the medicines, the marine animals are used. Also to do different researches, the marine animals are helpful. In India, people mainly consume prawns, that is columbi, clams, desire, crabs, seerfish, surmai, mackerel, bangada, pomfret, paplet, Indian shark, mori, Indian salmon, ravas, and different other types of Indian fishes are available. Many other types of marine animals are consumed in different parts of the world. The life of people from countries that have a coastline largely depend on the sea, especially if there are few other occupations. Seychelles, Mauritius, Maldives, etc. are some of these. Marine animal. Next, do it yourself. Oceans and climate. Place, oceans and climate, they had given place, country, mean maximum temperature, mean minimum temperature, and range of temperature we have to find out. Beijing, they had given country China, minimum maximum temperature 18.4, mean minimum temperature it is 808.4. So what is the difference? It is the difference of 10. So first answer is 10. Istanbul, that is Turkey, mean maximum temperature is 18.0, mean minimum temperature is 10. So again, in this, the difference is of 8. Madrid, country Spain, 19.0, minimum temperature 09.0. Here, the range of temperature is 10. New York, United States, 16.3, 8.3. The range of temperature here is 8. Denver, United States, 16.2, minimum temperature 2. Afghanistan, 14.7, maximum temperature, minimum temperature 5.2, and the range of temperature is 9.5. Baghdad, that is in Iraq, mean maximum temperature is 30.4, mean temperature is 14.7, and the range of temperature will be 15.7. The above table records the maximum and minimum temperatures from some places located between 30 degree and 40 degree north parallels. Study the table and do as directed. Calculate the difference between the mean maximum and minimum temperature and write it in the last column. Just we had done. Just by difference we have to find out. When we will minus 0.8.4 from 18.4, we will get the answer 10. So your answer will be, first answer will be 10, second 8, third 10, fourth 8, fifth 14, sixth 9.5, and seventh 15.7. Write it down in your textbook. We will move forward. The next question is, highlight the rows from the places having a range of temperature over 10. See, second one, that is Istanbul, that is under 8. Again New York 8. Kabul 9.5. These are the three places which is below 10 degree Celsius. Color other rows in blue. Next, which places are closer to the ocean? Tell whether the range of temperature at these places is less or more. As with you, the atlas is not available, so we cannot find out this answer. When we will come to school, at that time I will explain it from the atlas. Which places are closer to the ocean? Tell whether the range of temperature at these places is less or more. Yes, this one we can find out. If you will observe the picture, Istanbul, that is in Turkey, and New York, United States, are closer to the ocean. The difference is New York 8, Istanbul 8. So they are closer to the ocean. The range of temperature at these places is less as compared to others. What might be the main reason leading to difference in the temperature range of different places? So the nearness to the sea and continuity might be the main reason. All these places located. So the answer is, all these places are located in the temperate thermal zone, that is 30 degree to 40 degree north parallels. Which places are far away from the ocean? Do those places have a greater or smaller temperature range? The places that are far away from the oceans have a greater temperature range. Mention the places having the smallest and greatest temperature ranges. Istanbul and New York have the smallest temperature range, and Baghdad has the greatest temperature range, that is 15.7. Draw a graph for the above data. Use a proper color scheme. So, according to the given content, you have to prepare a bar graph. Let's see the explanation. You must have realized from the above activity that there are differences in the temperature of different places on the earth. Similarly, there is difference in the maximum and minimum temperatures. This difference is less in the coastal region, nearness to the sea, while it is more in the region far away from the sea, that is continentality. Just all this content we had seen while explaining the questions. This means that in regions close to the ocean, seas, or large reservoirs, there is not much of a difference in the temperature. Throughout the day, the main reason for this is mixing of vapor releasing through the heat released from the land. Hence, the temperature in coastal areas remains equable. We have studied that the equatorial region receives near perpendicular sun rays. As a result, these areas get more heat, whereas the polar regions receives highly slant rays. As in previous lessons, I had told you about the earth and the different parts of the earth, that at the polar region, about equator, about temperate zone, and other. In that content we had seen the highest temperature is seen at the equator and the lowest temperature is seen at the polar regions. Due to the highly slant rays at the polar regions, the heat received in that part is less. This differential heating creates imbalance in the temperature of air in different parts. This leads to formation of belts of high and low pressure on the earth. Winds blow due to pressure differences in these belts. As in planetary winds content we had explained all this content in first semester exam. Due to pressure differences in these belts, these winds are called planetary winds. These winds move to oceanic water in the form of currents. These currents are warm currents or cold currents. The planetary winds are divided into two currents, that are warm currents and cold currents. Warm currents move towards cold regions and cold currents move towards warm regions. It means that currents move from the equatorial region to polar region and from polar region to the equatorial region. Just I had explained all this content. This leads to the redistribution of heat on the earth. The cold currents moving towards the equatorial region make the temperature of coastal areas in that zone milder, whereas the warm currents coming in the colder region cause temperatures in the coastal areas to rise. We have seen this in figure 5.6. As if you will go to the fifth lesson, you can see the picture 5.6 where the temperature in coastal areas are rising. The oceans act as the controller of global temperature in the two ways described above, that is warm currents and cold currents. The oceans have a vast expanse, therefore huge amount of vapor get created. This process goes on continuously. From this vapor, the earth gets rainfall. Oceans are the source of rains. The rainwater flows through rivers and streams and finally flows back into oceans. This makes it clear that the beginning and end of the water cycle takes place in the ocean. So as what? The vapor is created from the rainfall and again the rainwater flows through the rivers and through the streams to the oceans only. Means the cycle of the water, it moves towards ocean only. Do you know, as the regions the coastal regions have always attracted man due to its climate, abundance of food and various products obtained from the sea. Do you know, in future it will be possible to generate electricity with the help of oceanic waves and tides. It is possible to convert the saline water, ocean water, into potable drinking water. This will reduce the scarcity of drinking water to some extent. The drinking water in the city of Dubai in United Arab Emirates is being made available through this method. Figure 6.6, it is showing a mangrove forest. In the swampy areas of sea coast and in the areas of sanctuaries, the soils are saline and the climate humid. In such areas, mangrove forest with Tiwari and Sundari grow well. So, where the climate is humid and the soil is saline, in that places this type of mangrove forest are grown. The wood of mangrove trees is light and oily. It lasts longer. It is used as fuel and also for shipbuilding. The mangrove forest protect coastal areas from huge waves. These forests also protect the biodiversity in the coastal areas. If these forests are located near coastal towns, they are called the lungs of these towns. Oceanic organism develops it in which sea is it found in India? From internet you can collect this information, write that information in your classwork. Oceans and resources. We have seen earlier that we obtain salt, fish, shells and other products from the ocean. Beside these, we get minerals like iron, lead, cobalt, sodium, magnesium, chromium, zinc, etc. from the ocean floor. We also get mineral oil and natural gas. So, ocean and resources means in oceans different types of resources are also collected. Different natural gas and different mineral oils can be collected as they had given here. The first one picture is of lead. So the one number which they are showing, it is of lead. The second is of cobalt. The third one is magnesium. And the fourth one is iron ore. We get precious items like pearls, corals or ornamental items like shells as also medicinal plants from the sea. Oceanic transport. Oceans have provided us the most economic option of transportation. Large-scale transport of goods is carried out with the help of ships, trawlers, boats, etc. Figure 6.8. Japan have a good coastline. Due to good transport by ocean routes, these countries have gained importance. So, from the waterways, from one place to another places, the goods, that is materials, can be transported easily from one place to another places, one country to another country. Here, water transport that's shown, that is figure 6.8. Ocean currents are quite important in water transport. As far as possible, water transport is carried out along ocean currents. They accelerate the speed of ships and also save fuel to a considerable extent. So as what? The waves which are generated, the ocean currents, the warm currents and cold currents helps to accelerate the ship's speed and to save the fuel. Water transport is conducted on a much higher scale as compared to other modes of transport. Hence, for transport of bulky materials like coal, crude oil, raw material, metallic minerals, food grains, etc., water transport is given preference. So, as what? For a bulky materials like coal, crude, crude oil, raw materials, and metallic minerals, food grains, um, first preference which is given to transport from one country to another country, that is of water transport. What are the issues to oceans? Now we are going to see issues related to oceans. About 70.8% of the surface of the earth is occupied by water. In order to fulfill his requirements, man undertakes many activities. This leads to the production of oceanic water is a major and serious issue that has developed in recent times. Following are the issues: oil spills, figure 6.9, releasing of the waste produced in the coastal cities into the seas. So, the picture will explain it better. 6.10, sewage being released into the sea, due to which the sea is getting polluted. The next picture, the oil spill or the oil spill. Materials thrown out from the ships, exploitative fishing, cutting of mangrove forest in coastal areas, disaster caused by the water mines, sewage released by industries and cities, and excavations carried out in the seas. All the things listed above lead to large scale pollution of oceanic water. Some coastal regions are proving to be death traps for aquatic animals. As a result, many aquatic animals are under the threat of being extinct. Example, the blue whale, some types of sea turtles, dolphins, etc. Always remember, a large proportion of the surface of the earth is occupied by water. Most of the water is salty. The living world in this salty water is suffering from the pollution caused by man. We must avoid this. And Sanya are playing a game. Of showing the waterways on a map of the world. The routes are going in opposite direction. One is flowing the eastern route while the other is taking a route that takes to the west. From Mumbai port, some goods are to be taken to London in UK on a map of the world. Show at least two such routes with a pencil. Write down the names of the ports of different nations that fall on the route, followed by each. Ports on the route followed by Samir. Ports on the route followed by Sanya. Which of the routes you feel is shorter? That of the Samirs or Sanyas? By observing a map, you can get the answer of all these questions. Without it, it is not possible. If you have atlas at your home, you have to take out the world map and you have to observe this and you have to find out the answer of this all questions. Which ocean does one have to pass through if one follows Samir's route or Sanya's route? What are the Panama and Suez? For what purpose were they constructed? Have these been used in Samir's or Sanya's routes? Find if there can be any route other than the ones that you have marked. What will you do? Different marine animals like the blue whale, turtle, starfish, etc. appear before you in your dream and complain to you. They say, you humans are not. The youngsters in our house are falling ill due to this. Some are getting killed. You must think about this situation and remove the pollution from the seas. Now, tell what you will do. Write your answer in your classwork. Always remember, think a little. What would have happened if man had not discovered sea routes? If man had not discovered sea routes, we would have faced problems in traveling from one place to another. We would have not exchanged goods from one region to other region. What will you do? You live near Mumbai city. In your farm, you have produced 1,000 quintals of rice. There is a good demand for it in the overseas market than the local market. A merchant from South Africa is ready to purchase this rice at a good price, but he wants the import at Cape Town port within 4 months. Tell what you will do as a good trader. Always remember, the proportion of water being greater than that of land, the earth is known as the water planet. Water in any form is a boon for the living world. Of all the planets known to man, the earth is the only one which has a living world. Southern Ocean, the water body that extends or the Southern Ocean. So, from this we have come to know, we are able to tell about the items that can be obtained from the sea, from the oceans. We are able to tell the importance of ocean. Also, we are able to tell the issues related to oceans. So, that's all for today. We had finished our today's chapter, that is importance of oceans. Complete the given exercise and learn the given question and answers.